Airport employees, what is the saddest goodbye you've witnessed? It was a Monday morning in June, slow but already heating up. I'd been working the unaccompanied minor escort shifts for about 3 years at that point. Usually it was kids flying to grandma's for the summer, sometimes siblings traveling between divorced parents. Most of them had snacks, a tablet, and some kind of Disney neck pillow. You'd smile, chat, make sure they got to their gate, and then go back for the next. This boy was different. I knew the second I saw his mom. She was already standing near the check-in counter when I arrived, holding his hand like she was trying not to let go, even though it was clear she had to. He couldn't have been more than 10, wearing a hand-me-down jacket in the middle of summer and holding a little carry-on with mismatched zippers. He looked like a kid who didn't ask for anything because he knew not to. When she saw me, she nodded like she knew this moment had to happen, but hated that it did. She asked, "Can I have a few more minutes?" I said, "Of course." I stepped back just enough to give them privacy but still do my job. She knelt in front of him, eye level. I couldn't hear what she said, but I saw her lips trembling and the way his small hands tightened around hers. He didn't cry. She didn't either, but they held each other like it was the last time. After a few minutes, she walked him over to me and gave me his papers. "He's flying to his father in Denver," she said, her voice even but hollow. "His name is Joshua." I said I'd take care of him. As we walked through the terminal, I tried to lighten the mood a little. Talked about planes, asked if he'd flown before. He gave short answers, polite, but his face stayed pinched like he was holding something in. Then he asked quietly if I thought his dad would be waiting at the gate. I said yes, probably. Most parents are. He looked straight ahead and said, "I don't think I'll ever see my mom again." I didn't say anything for a moment. You don't prepare for that kind of sentence from a 10-year-old. He said she didn't have money to keep him. Couldn't pay for food, couldn't pay for school, couldn't even afford a round-trip ticket to go with him. So she packed his bag, bought a one-way seat, and told him to be brave. He said his dad doesn't like her, that once he's there, she won't be allowed to call. I walked with him all the way to the gate. The staff let him board early, like always, and he turned back just once to look down the terminal. I hoped he saw her somewhere in the crowd, waving from behind a pillar or pretending to still be nearby. But he didn't wave. He just climbed on board. The flight took off 10 minutes later. I sat at the gate until the plane was in the air. I didn't have anything else scheduled for another hour. When I turned in the paperwork later, I told the desk the kid had been quiet, polite, and followed directions. I didn't write what he said. It didn't belong in a file. Sometimes I wonder if he remembers that day, if his mom did manage to call, if he still has that little jacket, or if he grew out of it by fall. You see a lot of goodbyes in this job. Most of them are temporary. This one didn't feel like that.